Let's be real for a second. Have you ever gotten your payslip, looked at the final number, and just thought, where did all my money go? Or maybe you feel like you're working way more hours than you're actually paid for. Well, it turns out there's a whole legal system running in the background controlling almost everything about your job, from your salary to how you can be fired. So let's get into it, because what you don't know might actually be costing you. This right here is the first major truth we all need to get our heads around. That big salary figure you were so happy to agree to, yeah, that's not what's going to hit your M-Pesa or your bank account. And listen, it's not just your boss being sneaky, it's the law. And when I say pre-shared, I'm not talking about a suggestion. The law actually mandates that your salary gets carved up and handed out before you even get a chance to see it. This isn't a company policy you can opt out of. It is a legal requirement for every employer in Kenya. Okay, let's make this super simple. Imagine your gross salary is 100,000 shillings. Nice round number. Before that money even dreams of getting to you, boom, the KRA steps in and takes its slice for income tax. That's PAYE. Then NSSF takes its piece for your pension down the road. And now the new Social Health Authority gets its cut for health insurance. What's left? That little slice of the pie that's left over, that is your take-home pay. So what this really means is your employment contract isn't just between you and your employer. Nope, there's a third, very powerful and very silent partner at the table, the government. And they always get paid first. It's all legal, it's automatic, and you can't negotiate it. Okay, so let's move on to the actual foundation of your job, the contract. Now, you might think a simple handshake or a verbal agreement is good enough, right? But legally speaking, that puts you in a really risky spot. You know, the Employment Act is crystal clear about this. If you're going to be working somewhere for more than 3 months, you are legally supposed to get a written contract. This piece of paper is meant to be your rule book. It details your pay, your job, your hours, your leave, everything. It's your #1 legal shield. And this is exactly why it matters so much. Just look at the difference. A written contract is like wearing armor. Your rights are spelled out, they're in black and white, and they are legally binding. Without one, you're basically just relying on trust and good vibes. And legally, you're standing out in the open, completely exposed. If a problem comes up, how on earth do you prove what you both agreed to? So your contract sets out what you'll do and for how much. But what about how long you're supposed to be doing it? Here in Kenya, we've got this intense hustle culture, don't we? It's all about working late, coming in on weekends, always being available. But what does the law have to say about all those extra hours? You might find this hard to believe, but the law actually puts a number on this. The standard legal work week is capped at 52 hours. Just think about that for a second. That's the official line. Any minute you work past that isn't just you being a team player, it's legally classified as overtime. And this is the million-shilling question we all need to ask ourselves, right? How many of us are constantly blowing past that 52-hour mark? You know, answering emails late into the night, working on a Saturday, just thinking it's part of the job. And here's the part that so many people miss. That extra time is not supposed to be free labor. The law is very specific. It has to be paid, and it's not even at your normal rate. You're supposed to get paid more for overtime on a weekday, and even more than that for giving up your weekends and public holidays. The whole system is designed to make your personal time valuable. And this is the quiet reality for so many people. They're being overworked, but because nobody talks about the overtime pay rule, or maybe they don't even know it exists, they never get compensated for it. The protection is there, but it's just sitting there, unused. All right, let's switch gears to a topic nobody likes to think about: getting fired. A lot of us think that an employer can just wake up one day and decide to let you go, for any reason, but that is absolutely not how it works. Firing someone is a legal process with very strict rules. It really just boils down to these two things. For a termination to be legal, your boss has to have both a valid reason and they have to follow the correct procedure. You can't just have one without the other. Both have to be there. So what counts as a valid reason? Well, the law is pretty specific. It could be that you're consistently not performing well, or you've been involved in proven misconduct, like theft or something serious. Or it could be redundancy, where the job itself just doesn't exist anymore. It can't just be because your boss is in a bad mood. And then there's the second part, due process, which is your fundamental right. This means they have to give you a notice period or pay you instead of having you work it. But here's the most important part. They have to give you a hearing. You have the right to hear the case against you and to defend yourself. The bottom line is, you cannot be silenced. You have a right to be heard. So what happens when a company breaks these rules? You know, when they don't have a good reason, or they just fire you over text without giving you a chance to speak? Well, that's when things get really interesting. When that process gets messed up, the law actually rebrands the firing. It's no longer just a termination, it becomes an unfair termination. And that comes with some pretty serious financial consequences for the employer. And this is the number that should make everyone sit up and pay attention. If a court finds that you are terminated unfairly, it can order your former employer to pay you compensation of up to a full year's salary. A whole year. That is a massive penalty, and it's designed to protect people like you and me from being fired without a just cause. But here's the really sad part. So many people are let go illegally. No proper notice, no hearing, for a completely made-up reason, and they just pack their things and walk away. They are completely unaware that the law says they are entitled to significant compensation. They never even try to claim what is legally theirs. And that really brings everything together, doesn't it? Your job is so much more than just trading your time for money. You are operating inside this powerful legal system, a framework that defines your rights, that protects your personal time, and that lays out the exact rules for how your job can begin and how it can end. At the end of the day, all these laws are like a bunch of tools just sitting in a toolbox. They're powerful, they're there to protect you, but they are absolutely useless if no one ever picks them up. So the real question isn't just about what the law says, it's whether you know enough to actually make it work for you.